In many cases, Sheriff John Garcia says they're still seeing a lot of those who had their cars stolen, not only left them unlocked, but also left their key fobs inside the cars. Obviously, that makes it easier to steal. But just as it's always been, they don't need a key or a fob to make off with it.
They have these different gadgets here.
They are the high-tech tools of modern-day car thievery. No screwdriver jammed in the ignition column needed. In showing them to us, Sheriff Garcia explained how thieves are able to use these devices available for purchase online, which, when hooked up to a vehicle once they're inside it, can be used to code a blank key fob the thief carries with them into one that can start your car, all in about a minute. 4 of them were recovered from a home on Buffalo's east side as part of an investigation into a rash of vehicle thefts in Clarence, where 12 were stolen in a 4-day period earlier this month. He also noted that 3 suspects charged were released after having been given appearance tickets, and that he can't do anything about that.
And the goalposts were moved since bail reform. But what I ask our legislators is to do something like they did for assault on retail workers, where they made it a felony. Now, this is already a felony, but I believe what we should do is make it not part of the bail reform. And people should, stay in jail until they get their felony hearing, which is in a couple days, and maybe that'll change.
But what about the devices themselves, which are intended for use by car dealers and mechanics? We asked Garcia if he thought there should be laws restricting their sale, much as there are for guns, ammunition, spray paint, cough syrup, and a host of other products.
Our New York State penal law book is like this. We don't need any more laws. We need people to be held accountable for their actions. When they commit a crime, Dave, they should do some time.
And most of all, he says we need people to lock their car doors, because there's one thing that hasn't changed over the years, as thieves almost always look for opportunities with a path of least resistance. 3 individuals arrested so far in connection with the Clarence car thefts have been charged with criminal possession of stolen property, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, and possession of burglar tools. On your side, Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.